So hi guys, welcome to domytriesthis. Today is supposed to be a con day, but my husband's not feeling well. He's still in bed. It is like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and that never happened, so he's really not feeling well, and it's a good thing we didn't go. My son's just a little disappointed, but he was starting to get a little overwhelmed. But anyway, since we are home, and I really didn't have much planned for this week, and the garden has been ignored for 5 days, about, give or take. I thought we'd go through and I'd show you what's going on. We've got a couple of good things. We've suffered another loss, although it's not a surprising one. And yeah, so let's take a look around. Let me get you flipped about, and I'll see you in about 2 shakes. So the first thing is we lost our zucchini. There was just no way it was going to survive, much less produce anything. So I went ahead and pulled it. And the box is just going to sit over here on the side until I go ahead and get it a spot for it on my porch where I can let the dirt sit. I will add Epsom salts and fertilizer and let that sit for the next year, and hopefully next year we can do a little better. We had a really rough year. I've said several times we've had a really rough year. This season we had 3 extra weeks of cold, and I kept having stuff die, and even though they were in the house, because I can't keep the apartment that warm. And then we only had 1 week of spring, and then we went into summer, and now a lot of even the trees are starting to act like it's fall. So it's been a very, very strange year. They've been acting like it's fall since about the 2nd week of August, which is just odd. But anyway, so that's our bad news. Our zucchini is gone. However, even though she looks a little like shit, our butternut has her first ward, and I'm really surprised. I saw the flower come in, but I wasn't able to, it was as we were heading out, so I wasn't able to actually fertilize it myself. So I'm pretty glad to see that something came by and took care of that for me. Let's hope she grows nice and big and all that. Our yellow squash is still not giving me anything except male flowers, but that's okay. At least I'm getting some male flowers. We're going to leave her in and let it do its thing. So my honey nut and sweet dumpling. However, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The sweet dumpling, the top still looks good for the most part, but we are starting to see the problems that we saw at the bottom of the vine hitting the upper end of the vine. So I don't even know. And my honey nut looks like it needs to be pulled. So I'm going to let it sit for a little bit now that I'm back, water it, see if it recovers. I'm not holding my breath that it will, but never, never, never know. So over here, this is the first time that the peppers have been out since probably the middle of last week. The other thing that has been really weird about this season is buttloads of rain. But we will come back to the peppers in a minute. I want to show you a few things on the tomatoes. Again, good and bad news going on there. So let's take a look at our tomatoes, and then we'll come back and look at what's going on with the peppers. So my Romas over here finally started to ripen. I'm going to let this one sit for a little longer. He doesn't feel ready to pull anyway. Not seeing any flowers on this guy, on these guys, and of course the second Roma has not produced much of anything, but that's okay. The first tomato came off. I will pull some seeds from that for next year, and that we will just have to hope works out, and that will get, those seeds will be good enough to get me some good plants for next year. The tomatillo is obviously still not producing actual tomatillos. I haven't been here to help with the fertilization of the flowers. I did work on it a little bit today. In fact, I did quite a bit of work on my plants today. So I'm very pleased with that. But I don't know if we're going to get tomatillos this year. Last year we had we had more tomatillos than my husband could use. And so it's kind of disappointing that we're not getting as much this year. But that seems to be the general consensus across the board with all the plants, that we're not getting as much for the most part. These are the Honey Delights. They are finally starting to turn their beautiful color. They're still green on there, so they're not ready to pull. We've also seen some extra flowers here and there. So But regardless, I've got a couple that are ripening, and I can go ahead and get seeds out of those for next year and hope again that next year will be a good year. And I've already actually pulled a number of black cherries while we were away. We are stuck on the mini Kamatos. Come on, let go. Let go. Oh, we lost a Kamato. That's okay. There we go. Okay, there we go. Let that go. They just like each other, apparently, a lot. There we go. Okay, so let's see if these are ready. Not ready. Not ready. These need to darken up. These are just a delightful tomato. Those don't look very good. I don't know if they're gonna come out because you can see the difference here. Just in the fact that there's no shine on this, and there's a bit of shine on these. These two do not have shine. But we are starting to see flowers come up again. I don't know if you can see that up there on the top. So, of course, we've been doing the shaking thing. Make sure those flowers get their pollen out so that they can give us some more tomatoes. And I've got a couple more in the house. There was a couple that we picked up the other day. And our Kamatos have been doing pretty well. Are you ready? Are you ready? Not quite yet. And the Kamatos are the one plant that seems to be just flowering regardless. So that's nice. And you can see we have a whole bunch more down there starting to turn. So that's nice to see. It's nice to have something that's going to give me more. I'll put you in that direction a little bit. All right. And then here we have, oh, I'm sorry. These are the orange grapes. Yes, these are the orange grapes. These are the Kamatos. I do have a Kamato on the inside the house where I'll probably get some more. Just don't know. That's the cherries. The red cherries, that one is. So we pulled those one set of Kamatos, and now it looks like it's, I don't know, it looks like it's, well, we've got some more flowers coming up here, so hopefully they will bloom and give us some more plants, because we have a lot. And you can see we've lost a few here and there. So like I said, not sure what it is. I don't know if it's the fact that these guys have been out here and it has been raining like every couple of days. And I mean pouring rain. The red cherries are coming up with some more flowers. So that's nice to see. Give that a shake. And we've got some new tomatoes coming in. Also nice to see. We had tomatoes, I believe, right here. There were two of them. They never did turn, but they dropped. So I just went ahead and pulled them for the second one, and there we go. And this guy is saying that he got too much rain after a bit of a dry spell. So I'm keeping an eye on it, hoping these guys will turn that nice cherry red. We'll see. Let's go over here real quick and look at our avocados. The avocados I don't do much with. We've planted them in the ground, and they're going to grow or not grow as they seem fit. As you can see, avocado number 3 down there, he has a branch coming up, and the one that has gone sideways is not developing anymore. Suspect that that's not a bad thing. But the other two, this one is beautiful. Look at how tall, and look at the fact he's got more leaves coming in. And yeah, they're having a few issues on their leaves, but other than that, they look to be doing really well. Probably should give them a little bit more water at some point today, because that's one of the various things we did. All right, so I'm going to head on over to the peppers, and we're going to talk peppers for a bit. So pardon the air conditioner going on in the background. It's still pretty warm these days. It's in the 80s and 90s for us, which is nice. We have a cool breeze today, so that helped with pepper work today. So this is definitely a chocolate hob. He dropped one of his peppers before it changed, so the seeds in there aren't going to be doing me any good. But this one is changing. I don't know. Let me try to bring him out here. Let you see him in the sun. You can see he's turning a chocolate brown. He does have a hole on one side, but I'm not worried about it too much. Something has been definitely eating my peppers, which is one of the reasons I did the work that I did today. I cleaned out the bases down here and checked the leaves to see if I could find what it was. I suspect it's beetles and shit like that. You know, you can't do much about it. But even with that hole, this thing should continue to develop, and then I can take this and take the seeds out and try again to have more chocolate hobs next year. Put them over here so even this done. All right, so the first thing we've got is our bell peppers. And again, as you can see, I went ahead and I cleaned out their boxes for the most part. And they are flowering, most of them. And I think a couple, yeah, this one, this yellow bell here, he has a nice bell coming in. There's our bell pepper. Just got to keep going. One of the things that I was concerned about is maybe they, in my concern with not overwatering, it's possible I underwatered for a little bit. These boxes have no drainage. They're beautiful boxes. They're heavy duty. They were only about $10 to $12 at Home Depot, so they were in my price range. But I suspect to have them do any kind of good, I'm going to have to figure out a way to drill a hole. Our current drill is not going to work for this. But we are starting to get peppers from them, so that's a good thing. And like I said, there is something just eating things alive, just taking care of the leaves, and I've been looking for them. And there's some more flowers. But we do have peppers starting to come in, which is nice. More bells. These are all bells. Now this one is supposed to be, I think he's a green bell, and his pepper looks weird. So I don't know if this pepper is going to survive. We will watch it and see. When it's turning color like that, it could already be a problem. But as you can see, yes, we've got a lot of something eating and killing the leaves and stuff. So I'm trying to find it. I really am. Whatever it is. And we have a few that aren't going to make it. This guy, he's gone. He's done. He's done. He's out. So, and here is my third box of bells. So, yeah, got lots of flowers. Lots of flowers. Pretty, pretty flowers. They got deep watered as well as clean today, which means I actually put a lot of water in the box to let it sink down and get to their roots really well. All right, so our dragon claw actually has its first pepper. Let me see if I can find it. And my husband may not be able to use the pepper we get from here because I'm going to need the seeds. Let me see if I can find it. I know I saw it. He's teeny tiny. He's teeny tiny. Just a little guy. I'm not seeing him now. Of course, when I want to show you, I can't find it. Of course. I was so excited. I was like, oh, yay, my husband's going to be so happy. But as you can see, something is eating the crap out of it. Just wish I could find it and get rid of it and not have it happen again. All right, back up. Let's see. I can't find it. I know I saw him. I know I saw it. I was so excited. Well, damn it. Alrighty, moving on. Our red cubanelles. We have actually a couple of peppers coming in on the red cubanelle. Come up here. There's one right here. It wants to focus on something else. Come on, camera. Focus. Focus. He doesn't like being up close, I think. Anyway, there we go. There's a red cubanelle. And we've got more flowers coming in. Just beautiful. And this is a second red cubanelle plant. I could have sworn I saw something on him too, but you know what? The flowers are pretty much indication of what's going on there. Our Fresno is being eaten alive. I don't know. He's got buds, so we'll just have to keep hoping. Fresnos are not a big deal to me. And then we got our purple jalapenos. They are finally budding, but again, like I said, something is just getting after them. This one can't be a purple. That flower is the wrong color. It has to be, well, I guess we'll find out what it is. Because purple jalapenos have purple flowers. So, and the second one isn't doing anything yet. And then here is our poblano. Nice and tall with his first flowers and first peppers. And of course, our orange hob has just gone nuts. I don't know why he's doing so well and everybody else is doing like shit. But you can see we got a lot. Got a lot all through there. This is what I'm used to seeing on my pepper plants, is this kind of production. But anyway, come along, come along. There we go. That's the garden today. And the day after con, well, the last day of con, but for us it's the day after because we didn't go back in. And we shall see what happens. Let's hope my butternut grows. Let's hope this thing finally starts giving me females. And we can hopefully get our own yellow squash. If not, you know what? And not a big deal. Yellow squash isn't that expensive. But butternut tends to be for some reason. But anyway. So there you go, guys. That's what's going on in the garden right now. Kind of a mixed bag this year. Learned a few things about how to start them out. I'm already debating about how to do something better for my squash, so maybe we don't have some of the issues we're having. And we'll see what we come up with for next year. But for right now, that's it. We're doing our thing, and I'm going to go ahead and go in the house and eat and all that stuff. And I hope you all have a great day. If this is your first time at Dommy Tries This and you're not into gardening things, I have a whole bunch of stuff coming up that's not gardening. So this next week we're going to be looking at my eyeshadow palette collection. So be watching for that. I hope you'll subscribe, and if you subscribe, I hope you'll hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and we'll talk to you in real time, quote unquote, either Wednesday or next Sunday like we normally do on our gardening days. You all have a great evening. Bye.